Thank you for joining our future-proof conversation. This is actually the first episode that we're recording. I don't know if it'll be the first one that you see, but we're really excited to be able to sit down. And I can't think of a better way to start this off than talking to a team of Joe Rosenberg, who's the Director of Industry Relations here at Chapman's Dodge College of Film and Media Arts, and his partner in crime, Katie Bottinelli, who is Manager of Career Services and Industry Relations.
Got it. Yeah, that's right. Thanks for having us.
Well, thanks for being here. Part of why I feel like this is such a great way to kick this off is you two are sort of an intergenerational tag team, Wonder Twin Powers Activate team. One theme that we've really been exploring in developing this project is the ways in which this can be a really productive generational conversation. You know, that the insights and experience that creative leaders have can really be best understood and seen through the lens of emerging creatives and the opportunities and the challenges that they're facing now. Just tell us a little bit about how you two partner around that theme and what insights you might have to share about that.
I'll kick us off. So I came of age and came up in the entertainment business in the 70s and then through the early aughts. We were analog. And so the way in which we did our business was as a result of the technology available at the time. There was much more in person, phone calls. There was no internet when I started. And, you know, essentially we lived in a world that was geared towards film, television, and music. They were the three main businesses of Hollywood. And at the time, you had three major networks, ABC, CBS, and NBC. Fox followed in the 80s. You had 6 or 7 major studios. You had a number of record labels. And, you know, the job was to put things creatively together, sell them to buyers, and hopefully make great content. And so we came up at a time where in-person and personal relationships were everything. And the bigger your network and the more relationship capital you had, the more effective you could be, whether you worked on the selling side as a producer, the representation side, or the buying side. And I think so much has changed, and Katie can speak to this, as a result of course, the internet. And now, you know, AI is an emerging technology, and everything that has informed the way young people do their work, they're all digitally native, which we weren't. And so they look at the world very differently than, for example, the generation that I came up with.
Yeah, I think like something I picked out of what you said, Joe, is like being the generation of like the internet and like having everything be like accessible at your fingertips, and how that's really changed access to the industry, where like you might DM someone on Instagram who like, you know, is a cinematographer just to like see if you can have a conversation with them, right? And I've had students do that and have success. Like it really does work. And LinkedIn, like that being another big piece of the conversation. You know, that's something like where like when I'm prepping students for interviews or submit their resume, like part of that conversation is your LinkedIn up to date? Like, are you okay with your online presence? That's part of the conversation now. Whereas before, maybe it wasn't so much. So I think, you know, as we talk about like creating a career center that is intergenerational or taking into account like both your experiences and mine and our other partners, technology is a big part of like where we're headed and you know how we shape our students to be prepped for the industry out there.
Yes, for sure.
The one common denominator for Katie and I in the Career Center is that our job is to be of service to the students. And of course alumni, you know, once students graduate. And the thing we always ask each other when we're thinking about a new initiative, is it good for the students? And if it's good for the students and there's no good reason to say no, and we can afford it and it's in the budget, then we do it. But again, absolutely with the most important thing in mind, is it good for them? Because that's our job. Our job is to be of service to the most amount of students at Dodge and to maintain that when they graduate and really build a strong alumni network.
Yeah.
Yes. I was going to add to that. How does that benefit you guys? Well, how does it benefit the students? Like, since you guys opened in 2021, like, how has that been going ever since then? Like, up to date with the whole AI and stuff that's been coming up?
Yeah, well, I think to start off, like answering that question, like Joe really built the Career Center on this foundation of like community and like having a culture that really takes care of each other. And I think that that's something that like in all the work that we do, you know, even with AI and kind of entering into the picture, and I'll tie in community to that because it does kind of play into, you know, where AI is heading in the industry. But I think community is really central in like us maintaining the momentum and like helping our alumni network connect back to Chapman and like even with technology, like community is not lost.
Yeah.
And I think with AI entering into the conversation, like there is some fear of like that losing the individuality of the artist or like taking away that community aspect of collaboration. Like that's super real. Like I think we're all like really afraid of what that could do.
Yes.
And I think we're really mindful of that. And
Yes.
like, we really want to make sure like with us, like bringing technology into the fold and AI into the fold, that we're not losing sight of what this industry and the Career Center is built on, which is like community.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
You know, when we first sat down to build this thing, our boss, Stephen Galloway, who's the dean, said, make it the CAA of career centers.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, I can do that. And we can do that. The reason was that working there for 10 years, it was all about culture first. You know, if you get the culture right, then by having the culture right, the process normally tends to follow. You can have a million systems, but if people aren't working together and feel that they're part of something bigger, if they're not invested in making whatever the enterprise is a success, then you're not going to have the best results. And so we always come back to, we take care of each other, you know? And good things have happened as a result of that. And to Katie's point about AI, I think the most important thing we think about for students is how do we train students so they understand what the tools are, and how are creatives protected, you know, as we go out into this world. And hopefully AI is used responsibly and ethically. And the issues of legal and copyright and all of this stuff, because people work hard to make great film and television, we want to make sure that they're as protected as possible. And, you know, AI can be a great tool, providing it's not just about the profit. There has to be an ethical and responsible way in which to use it. So we think about that a lot.
all the time.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask how that like went from being in CAA and then having GoGo Media and then now being a teacher here at Chapman, you know, like that's pretty amazing. How's that transition like been going for you?
It's been a great transition. A lot of how I teach and certainly how we work in the Career Center is absolutely informed from my time as an agent. You know, we always tease each other, and you know, I went from having a certain amount of clients to now having
What is it, 2,000
students?
we
students?
have like 2,000
Yeah, that's
it's a lot
wild.
of
students, and we try to
2,000
do
clients.
the most amount of work for the most
That
amount
is
of
so
people.
cool.
Yeah.
Right.
But I was taught to think in a certain way. I was taught to be of service,
Yes.
which I think is the most important thing. And so now I get to be of service in a different way,
Yeah.
and working with young people
Yep.
and
I love that.
giving them all of what was given to me, having an opportunity to pay it forward
Yes.
and make a difference before students go out, and even though they'll make their own set of mistakes,
Yep.
it feels good to, you know, to pass it on.
For sure. I love that too, because it's like being in that field, it's like you wait till you graduate and then you go look for a job, you know? So it's like having that, it's like you're helping students be in the real world, already intermingled with the real world, and then It's like you graduate and you're already in there.
The way Katie and I work, we oversee the jobs and internships part of the Career Center.
Yes,
We
I
meet
love
with
that.
students, as early as their first semester freshman year,
Yeah.
and begin talking about key internships and really how to build a resume
Yeah.
and gain experience.
Yeah.
So
That's
over
amazing.
a 4-year period, maybe you have 6 internships.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
by the time you're ready to navigate that first job in early careers, you're going to have a pretty good idea about how the entertainment business works. There'll still be a learning curve, in that first job. We hear from everybody.
It's like, so
Yeah.
But I think
sure.
we think, you'll have a lot more confidence going into
Yeah.
that interview for that full-time job,
Yeah. For sure.
say, versus, wow, I've never interned.
Yeah.
yeah.
What does that even look like?
Yes, for
What
sure.
does it mean to really work up in LA and,
Yeah.
be in person?
Yeah, no, for sure.
yeah. Yeah.
And like from you being an agent, how was it like helping the directors and stuff, because I mean, to me, I feel like they're the ones that are the brains of the whole film and stuff. But I mean,
I felt very similar.
yeah,
in
you're
TV, the showrunner
it's like you should be
is-
the director. You know what I mean?
Well, I knew I didn't have that kind of talent very early on. I had a professor in film school who said, I don't think you're going to make it, on the creative side, but you might
Thank you.
find something to do sort of behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And when the job of an agent was pitched to me, I thought, that's the job for me. And it was all about creative matchmaking,
Yes.
advocating, finding something great,
Yes.
putting the elements together. And we do something similar here.
Yeah.
I was always fascinated by directors. Because in film, the director is still sort of in the middle of it all.
Yeah.
I was fascinated by reading a script, giving it to a director. They read a script. They've got some ideas.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, you're at the premiere. And
You're
I
like-
would sit and wonder and think, how did you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full circle moment.
Yeah, it's
That's-
really, it's
It's
incredible.
Really, I mean,
Yeah.
that's rewarding in and of itself
Yeah,
too. Is like
for
being
sure.
able to pitch the project, the director takes it, and then
And
run
I'm
with
going to
it.
do this or
Yeah,
that.
it's incredible.
And they come back to you.
And then bam,
Bam.
Right.
you get it, and then you're just like,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
yeah,
It's amazing.
And it still fascinates me.
yeah, that's pretty
It
amazing.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like me being a photographer, what tips would you give me for like wanting to be more into the video making part of being a creative?
So if I were advising you, let's say you were a student and you were interested in photography, we would use our contacts to actually get you on set and work as a photography intern. That's one way we would do that. We might also introduce you to many of the people running short form companies doing commercials, music videos, other short form, documentary, and have you work on set and just see what it's like. Just going back to this alumni network, what we have seen is that our alums are helping other alums,
Yeah.
and our alums are helping our current students.
Yeah.
And we would look to match you up with people that we think you could learn from
Wow.
and maybe have an opportunity as a result, because they were in the same position you're in
Yeah.
right now.
Yes, for sure.
And we have found that they just love helping each other. Katie oversees our mentorship program where alums come back and they mentor seniors. And that, maybe you can speak to
Yeah.
that, because that's another way
Oh,
that
that's a great
we've
idea.
helped our students.
like to Joe's point, like connecting the students back to the alumni network, that mentorship piece is so critical to help you launch your career, especially in production. Like having a mentor to kind of take you under their wing and really help you get on set, have access to things you maybe necessarily wouldn't have access to if you didn't have that mentor. So our mentorship program, it's called Dodge Next Gen. It was started by a really wonderful alum. Her name's Jen Concepcion. She had kind of pitched this idea to us of like helping connect the alumni network back to the students, and in turn helping them with their careers.
For sure. That's amazing.
Yeah, and so I think that's like the piece that we know is really critical in the process of students going out and getting that first opportunity, or even like the internship piece, right?
Yeah.
Like I always say in internship, it's like 50% skill set, 50% like relationship building, and like those things together really help launch your career.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think when we think about like advising someone like you who like wants to like photograph on set, mentorship and like getting out there and actually having the practical experience.
Actually doing it. Yeah.
Those are going to probably be the two things, two ingredients for success for you.
Sure. Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the beauty of being a photographer, you can actually photograph in many different aspects of the business.
Yeah.
It may be film and television, it may be sports, it may be fashion. I mean, there's so many different ways.
Everything needs to be photographed, right?
Yes,
Literally,
exactly.
everything. Like what's driving me to do video as well, just because I am a photographer. And I mean, and being a second year student, it's like, I want that 4-year degree to just get that hands-on experience to be able to put it out there to the world too, you know?
Exactly.
I mean, what if I become something big too, you know?
Yeah,
You never know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And part of like the early days are like, there's like a little bit of imposter syndrome, like of being like, oh, I'm on set. Like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. And like,
Oh yeah, it's nerve-wracking.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Part of that's faking it till you make it.
Yeah, for
And that's like finding someone like you can lean on and be like, hey, I don't know how to do this. Like, can you help me? You know what I mean? Like Joe's been my mentor throughout this entire experience of like building this career center. And
How do you love that?
I love it. It's like,
Come to her for advice too. It works both
we
ways.
learn from each
Trust
other.
me.
No?
We were talking about this. Sometimes you teach to learn. I learned so much from our students.
For sure.
There's no question about it. You know,
Yeah.
you can learn from anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being open-minded helps for sure.
Yeah.
Part of what I'm hearing you talk about is the way that it becomes sort of a generational conversation, and that generational conversation, once it's invited in, is something that continues.
Yeah.
So it's not just between Joe and Katie, but then it's between the recent graduates and the current graduates.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm kind of coming full circle, because the reason that you and I are having this conversation is that one of your first conversations was with Bill Gerber. We are social beings.
Yeah.
Right.
And we connect with people and we learn in connection with people.
People love passion and they love sharing their passion with other people. And I think that's like at the heart of the business too, is, sometimes someone might come in, they have no experience at all, right? But they really connect with that person across the table.
sure.
And like that helps that person get the job over someone who has like 3+ years of experience.
Attitude for sure, right?
Yeah, attitude and passion and
Yeah.
like a willingness to just like be present and connect with that person can way over experience sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
And, in addition, building a network, sometimes you'll say to students, you need to go out and meet people and connect.
Yeah.
And the reason that you do that is to make genuine connection, because we're built for connection, as you said.
Yep.
Opportunities may come in time as a result, but if
Right.
you genuinely like people and you're curious and you're interested in them, and you're going into a conversation thinking about what you can bring and really being in the moment and looking to make genuine connection,
For sure.
I've seen it work all of the time. Good things happen as a result, the right opportunity, meeting somebody else.
Yeah.
But it's all based on the fact that you're actually going to meet somebody, to get to know them, to exchange ideas,
Yes.
to excite each other,
Yeah.
bring passion,
Different
and because you're
viewpoints.
curious, and
sure.
and you may just learn something as a result.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
why I'm
Yeah.
very happy to be here.
I
But
appreciate
it's also
that.
It's so
interesting.
cool.
I mean, I feel like maybe there's some insights that we can bring to bear even in this conversation, because part of what I've heard you share, then tell me if I'm hearing you right, Marco, is that your passion has been still images.
Yes. Since I was a kid, really.
Right.
And
Right.
yeah.
And part of what I hear you asking in this conversation is like, well, my passion is still images, but I know it's a story-based medium. So how is it that I become more of a story-based medium person? And I mean, part of my thought is, don't worry about that,
Yep.
because the feeling that I have, kind of the cliched way of saying it would be like game recognizes game. I mean, if you show up and you're there with your camera and you are getting that image, like your passion and your focus and your commitment, that'll speak to me much louder than the most recent, latest, greatest skill or platform or something that you're like not
For
that
sure.
passionate about.
Yep.
We have an alum who graduated 10 years ago, and he was interested in photography. So he and a friend, they were both Chapman students, started hanging out at different hip hop concerts. And this guy, Karam Gill, started taking photographs. And somebody saw him taking photographs and said, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
"Hey,
Yeah.
hey, do you want to make a video?"
Oh wow.
And that began this journey. And if you look up his company, I'd be happy to introduce you.
For sure, I would
He
love
has
that.
a creative agency called MGX.
Wow.
And they're just doing such great work in all of the areas that we've discussed.
Wow.
The other thing, so sometimes also it's, if you want to make video, write a short film, go out and shoot it,
Yeah.
spec a commercial.
For sure.
You know, put a reel together
Yeah.
and then see what happens.
Well, actually, to add on that, for one of my projects, I'm going to do a commercial for my dad's construction company.
Perfect.
And I mean, that's like a foot in the door for me.
Yep.
Yes,
You know,
it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, make it cool. I mean, we always say this to directors, you know, it's rare that you leave the university and say, here's 10 million, go make a film.
You have
Right,
that
right.
kind of
But you may
responsibility.
work as somebody's assistant, you may work on set, you may PA.
For sure.
But given that there's so many tools,
Yeah.
you know, you go out and make your own stuff. I mean, Ridley Scott said that. He said, just tell your students to keep making stuff. Just go make stuff on an iPhone. You know, get experience, make mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, this is a
Literally.
great time. Like, use
For
it as
sure.
a time to try things, make mistakes. The more you do, the better you're going to get. You're going to learn something every time you do it.
Yes.
And come back to still photography because that's what you want to do as well.
Yep.
The theme that I see with students that go out and succeed in career, or they follow their intuition, they listen to their inner voice. They really don't lose sight of what got them here in the first place, and that really becomes the driving factor in all of their career moves that they decide to make. Like, there's always this underlying theme between all of it.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, even that keeping on going too is like you can get discouraged and then be
Absolutely.
like, you know,
Yeah.
that's what's,
It's having the faith as you persevere in what is a very uncertain business.
Yeah.
Do you feel that things are more uncertain now?
What we've been told is employment in the entertainment business, and I'm not sure how they come to this metric, is off 35%. I think it's as a result of less content being made, certainly in the scripted and unscripted space.
So I think traditional forms of media, like the jobs in like film and television, like those jobs are decreasing, but digital content, like short form content, is booming. Like
Yeah.
YouTube,
Yeah.
like, you know,
for sure.
Instagram reels, like TikTok, like there's plenty of jobs to be had like across those types
You
of
bet.
platforms. And like, that seems to be where the big studios are thinking about heading.
They are.
Like
And
verticals.
Look, if you can make stuff, you can make short form.
Yeah.
So I would say in certain areas of the business, we'll call them legacy, there seems to be less work. But if you're interested in sports or gaming or podcasting, there's new opportunities in AI. There's going to be work for you.
Yeah.
So what I think is the business is both contracting in certain ways and expanding in others. What we do here at the big companies, people are getting promoted less than normal, right?
Yeah. It's slower.
It takes longer. They're not moving out because there's no job to move to.
Yeah.
So employment also is a little flat, but you know, things work in
Don't
cycles.
quit, right?
Yeah, and also if you look at the last couple of years, you know, we came out of COVID and then we had strikes.
Yeah.
That was really a setback. And then we had the fires.
Yeah.
And so we never quite caught our breath. And all of the guilds their deals are up this year and they're going to renegotiate. I don't think anyone wants a strike. And you have new owners at Paramount. Warner Brothers is in play. Disney is about to name a new CEO.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, there's just been a lot of Comcast. We don't know what's going to happen. So you see a lot of companies cost cutting because that is one way to have a better balance sheet and bottom line. So I think there's just been some uncertainty, but everything kind of goes in waves. And the business has been around for 100 years, so we hope it continues in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're optimistic, but we tell students you're going to have to hustle a lot
Yeah.
more than maybe, you know, you would have in previous years.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you tell students? Like, is there, I know every student is their own unique journey, but are there like a list of tips that are kind of your standard go-tos that you share with students to face this challenge right now?
Well, I think adaptiveness is really important. Like, you're going to have to be flexible. Like, the path that you think you want to go down may look a little bit different because of where the industry is heading. And I think going back to your point of curiosity and like being really curious about like what is that path and like who can I talk to who's already going down that path.
Yeah, for sure.
So learning and doing your own research and like connecting with people that are actively working in the space that's growing and changing. In my opinion, like that's like those two things, adaptiveness and curiosity, are a really good place to start. As you kind of like these, like all of our students venture down like what can feel like the unknown, you know, like I don't know where I'm going to land because is my job that I want to be in going to not exist one day?
Yeah.
Also, you're really good at prepping students once they have the interview.
Yeah.
They'll come in and meet with Katie, and me too, but Katie has a great reputation for helping students get in sort of a game mindset, you know, and really prepping them for the particular company they're going in to meet and making sure that they know who they're meeting, why they're there, and what they're bringing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
and I always say to students, look, you may be just as smart as 4 or 5 other people. Make sure you have a real knowledge of industry trends and certainly the company that you're meeting with.
Yeah.
You've got to find a way to convey your passion. You've got to also find a way to convey your humility and curiosity, you know?
Yeah.
You get the coffee if you have to get the coffee.
Great.
Yeah.
And you do it so you don't have to do it. And if you're going to get the coffee, make it the best cappuccino, you know,
Yeah.
in the
that.
world.
Yeah, for sure.
And also have a solution-based sort of mindset. Don't find a problem for every solution. Find a solution for every problem.
Okay.
And be positive and likable, because when people are hiring, they want all of what we discussed, but they also want people they want to be in the trenches with for 10 or 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
For sure.
And so we, you know, it's prepping students for the meeting, if you will.
It should be fun too. I think
should
that's
be.
the thing is like this, like the saying, it's about the journey, not the destination, resonates so much with this industry because there's going to be a lot of journey
Yeah.
before you get to the destination.
A lot of journey.
A lot of it. So it's like you need to have fun.
You're also good at giving people some guidance on what the right actions are to take. You know, the results we don't know.
Yeah.
But I think you give
Absolutely.
students a roadmap for this is how I think you ought to do this.
Right.
Here's a plan. Like, here are the 3 things you ought to do.
Yeah.
In the hopes of getting the result you want. And then, you know, the results are out of your hands.
100%. We can't control that, you know, but I can control helping this person maintain their like integrity to who they are and how they want to show up in this business. Like that's always the most important piece is I want them to be authentic in their interactions because that's going to actually get them the farthest than pretending like you're something else.
Yeah.
And also being able to convey your own origin story. Like you've got to tell a great story about your story.
Yeah.
First of all, you're in the storytelling business. But when somebody says, tell me about yourself, you've got to really be able to, you know, condense, you know, that story in a couple of minutes tops. So people want to go further, you know.
Yeah. So they gravitate towards you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the one thing I'm always surprised at is how little some people prepare.
Yeah. For sure.
It's all in the preparation. And, you know, you've got to respect your own talent enough to want to prepare
Yeah.
and discipline yourself. You know,
I'm
to
learning
really
that.
work it out before you're ready.
Yes, for sure. That's what I've been dealing with, for
Have you?
sure.
Yeah.
It's been awesome, though. I love
Right.
it.
Yeah, and part of
Yes.
that's like growing into your own skin too. You know what I mean? Like I have a counseling background, so like I talk in like very counseling terms, but it's like really like stepping into yourself and like knowing who you are like comes with just growing up and like understanding like, you know, you have a right to be in this world and like show your talent and, you know, have people admire your existence. Like that's all okay. So I think part of the preparation is like helping people feel confident with that version of themselves, like in the interview room or like, you know, assisting, you know, at a desk, like those, it all comes into play, you know, it's all important. So
And we try to convey industry etiquette, what it all means. And the biggest thing also is that we remind students that it's not just about breaking in, it's about staying in.
Yeah.
You know, I knew so many people that are no longer around. It's like, whatever happened to so-and-so? Oh, they left, and,
Yeah.
you know, it takes a lot to build that muscle, to have
yeah.
that consistency and
sure.
stability in order to continue.
For sure.
Yeah.
Wow. That resonates a lot with me, for
Yeah.
sure.
I really love the the developmental and nurturing perspective that you bring to preparing students for career. I think it's a perspective on education that is different from, say, a traditional perspective, which is more about the fulfillment of requirements.
Right.
And I think that what I hear you talking a lot more about is it's about learning how to not pass a class, but learning how to become the best you.
Exactly.
To become a student of yourself, you know, within the framework of the professional expectations that you will meet, but learn how to connect deeply enough with a fire that burns bright enough that you will be sustained.
Yeah.
You know, through that human challenge of whatever disruptions we're going to see now and in the future.
That they always happen.
It's a really good point.
Yeah, if you feel confident on your own 2 feet, like you will get through the challenges that are going to be faced in front of you. Like I promise you that. Like you will. So it's like,
And you don't have to do it alone.
Community.
Yeah, literally. That's what I've been learning is it's better when you have community than a one-man band.
Absolutely.
No question.
Yeah.
Well, we really respect your time, and I feel like community is a great note to end on.
Yeah.
It's great to be part of
Thank you for having
community.
us.
Thank
This
you.
was great.
Yeah.
And it was great to meet
Yeah.
you.
You guys have got great handshakes.